What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to Deadline Day at Dodgers Nation, the MLB trade deadline. And in just a few hours, pencils will be down, the rosters will be set, and we already have tons of moves to talk about. We're going to do a quick update here on Brock Stewart. Then we're going to go to the studio. We're going to do a special later where we go all the way up and through the deadline. But we got to get you the latest news, and that is that the Los Angeles Dodgers are bringing old friend Brock Stewart back to L.A. Jeff Passan tweeted the Los Angeles Dodgers are finalizing a deal to acquire right-handed reliever Brock Stewart from the Minnesota Twins, sources tell ESPN. Now, we'll get into Brock Stewart as a pitcher, what he can do for this team, what his role will be, did they go big enough, that kind of stuff. But we also need to see this deal get finalized because the deal has not been finalized as of yet. The Athletic is reporting that the Dodgers are still reviewing Brock Stewart's medical history. He had elbow issues in 2023. He had shoulder surgery in 2024. And the knock on Brock is that he struggles to stay on the mound for long stretches of time. This is a guy that has been very effective. The numbers, the savant stuff, the peripherals, it's a guy that definitely can do a lot of things. I mean, he's a very effective reliever. He's right behind Johan Duran and Griffin Jacks there as far as the trust tree, the hierarchy of high leverage arbs for Rocco Baldelli. But it is the fact that he's never thrown more than 40 innings in a season that is the ultimate knock on Brock Stewart. Now, if he does go to the Dodgers and he does pitch one inning, he will have set a new career high for most innings pitched in a season. Makes you wonder at that point how much he has left in the tank for the rest of the year. But just on the surface level, let's just call it right now that the Dodgers did finalize this trade, and he comes to L.A. What are they getting in Brock Stewart? Well, they're getting a guy that has been very effective this season. He has really put together a year that really, if he did have the injury history that he did have, that if he didn't have the history of just really not being that guy you can depend on year in and year out, he would certainly be higher on a lot of teams' lists. But still, I mean, you're going to look at a guy, a 2.38 ERA in 34 innings of work, 41 strikeouts, a 1.09 whip in 39 games, and you're going to feel really good about that. And you're going to feel really good about the fact, too, that Dave Roberts said, Andrew Friedman said, both of them have been on record in saying that we are looking for a reliever that can get out right-handed batters. And if you were listing out the things that Brock Stewart does well, the thing that he does best is he's great against righties. He's proven that throughout his career. He's proven that throughout this year. This year, Brock Stewart against right-handed batters, they're hitting 104 with a 178 on base, slugging just 149, a 327 OPS, 29 strikeouts, and 67 at-bats. Those are elite numbers against right-handed hitters. So he's proven to be a guy that can do that. If you look at the savant stuff, right, the stuff that's not the counting stats, kind of the rate stuff, the batted ball stuff. I mean, if you look at that kind of stuff, this is a guy that, yes, is he Mason Miller? No. Is he Johan Duran? No. Is he David Bednar and Ryan Helsley? On his best day, he can sit at the table with those guys. He really, truly can. I mean, you look at some of this savant stuff, and it's definitely intriguing. It's definitely, oh, wait a minute. This is a classic Andrew Friedman move where you're getting a guy that is just not valued around the league as he should, because the Dodgers are willing to take a risk on his injury history, right? And that's what's holding up the deal at this point. So that's why a guy like this is available, right? This is why you can get him under sticker price, because you go to the dealership and, yeah, it's a nice car, but you're like, uh-oh, what's wrong with the transmission? I mean, it's kind of knocking a little bit, right? I mean, you're kind of looking under the hood at different things about him, and then you're just trying to talk yourself into, one, our training staff can keep him healthy, and two, the fact that this is not someone that you're going to have forever, right? This is not a rental. This is not a rental by any stretch, like a Ryan Helsley would have been, but this is someone that you look at what he could do for you this year. I mean, he's got a couple arbitration years left, right? He's 2026 arbitration, 2027 arbitration eligible. So he is under team control for the next 2 seasons, which is the same that he was with the other guys in his bullpen, right? Duran 2 years, Jax 2 years. He is the same. Now, we did look at him as a guy that was lower on that list just because the injury history, but still 90th percentile in expected ERA. It's 225. Expected batting average of 183. Fastball velocity 79th percentile, 96.1 miles per hour. Average exit velocity 86.9 miles per hour. That's the 92nd percentile. He's above average in K rate, whiff rate, barrel rate. He's elite at missing barrels and limiting hard contact. So there's a lot of things he does really, really well. He really does put up similar type of peripherals of a Ryan Helsley and a David Bednar and some of these upper echelon relievers. Does he have that outright dominance that a Mason Miller or Duran is capable of having? I mean, 29.5% strikeout rate is nothing to sneeze at. It really is. I mean, it's a very effective number. I mean, was he in there in the most high leverage situations for his team? No. But he also won't be with the Dodgers either if they can get their guys right in Blake Trinan, in Tanner Scott, in Michael Kopech, in Kirby Yates. So part of this kind of move is you want to optimize him and put him in the best situations to have success. But also at the end of the day, the Dodgers are in a better position than a lot of teams around baseball in the sense that you just need your guys to perform at their levels. Let's just be honest here. If this bullpen was healthy and performing like they had been all season, they'd be in a good spot. Now, would I have liked them to go bigger? Sure, of course. Why wouldn't I, right? Because I like I said, there is no next season. I want to see this team go back to back and do something extremely special, but this is a really good move if you can guarantee his health, and they definitely have him under team control for a couple of years. So they definitely gave up something, and we're still waiting to see what that is. But it is definitely something that fits with what Andrew Friedman and this organization has done. And it is, we can get value from guys that have shown flashes of elite stuff, velocity, movement, strikeout rate. But the one issue is the health. So it's you're betting on guys to stay healthy, and clearly they've been burned by that in the past. I mean, it burned them with Tyler Glasnow last year. It's burned them this year through some of their starting pitchers as well, with Blake Snell. I mean, injury guys that get injured. But look, I'll tell you this. I mean, the best pitchers out there, they throw the hardest. They throw with the most spin. You look at a guy like Johan Duran, who I still think is, I mean, they gave a pretty top dollar, Dombrowski did, for the Phillies for him, but still, I do believe that, hey, this is a guy who was throwing 104.5 miles per hour at one point. That's down to 100. I mean, oh, wow, down to 100, I know, but still, I mean, when you see velocity dip, at some point injuries are going to be in play. Now, as far as where we had him on the tier list, Brock Stewart was right there in the B tier, and we look at this list right here, kind of where we have everyone and these names that have fallen off the board. Mason Miller to the Padres. I mean, you look at the haul that they gave for him. We'll talk about that later. Duran to the Phillies. He's gone. Helsley to the Mets. So now you've got a lot of National League contenders that have added high leverage relievers, right? The Mets get Helsley. Philly gets Duran. Mason Miller goes to the Padres. All three of those teams, they're chasing the Dodgers, and they added high leverage guys. Griffin Jackson on the table. Pete Fairbanks is a guy that I expressed a lot of interest for the Dodgers in getting, and he's someone that we'll wait and see where he goes. Jarren Duran, there's a lot of talk that the Padres are still circling and trying to get